After ChatGPT went mainstream, people have been talking nonstop about AI, saying all sorts of jobs are going to disappear. But this isn't the first time people have made bold claims about technology. In 1954, a Georgetown-IBM team predicted that language translation programs would be perfected in 3 to 5 years. 60 years later, we're still struggling. In 1965, Herbert Simon said that machines will be capable within 20 years, will be doing any work a man can do. And in 1970, Marvin Minsky told Life magazine, in 3 to 8 years, we will have a machine with the general intelligence of the average man. So when experts tell you that ChatGPT is replacing jobs, you probably shouldn't look at redoing your resume just yet. In this video, we're going to look at 5 specific jobs that mainstream predicts that are being replaced soon, but are nowhere near being replaced. We will also show you what things would happen as signs before those jobs get replaced so you can better sleep at night with all that's happening in the world of AI. Each prediction gets more ridiculous than the next, so make sure to stay around till the end. So buckle up because this is going to be a bumpy ride on the AI hype train. First up, coding. People who make these claims that AI will replace coders soon usually never floated a div or reversed a string. I have a degree in computer science, and it's usually pretty obvious when someone starts talking about technology in the media and has no idea what they're talking about. The interesting thing about developers is that they are usually the first adopters. That means if anyone's going to try something new, it's coders first in line. You would see requirements of certain proficiencies in AI technologies on job descriptions, but also requirements in university classes. We already have code being able to code itself and are already using AI to analyze code like code smells. Yes, we actually say code smells, it's a thing. When people see ChatGPT write a tic-tac-toe program, they conclude that AI now can replace jobs in the coding community. However, coders have this thing called GitHub where they can just upload free code anyone can see, so making code from scratch, not very difficult. And in the world of coding, not very hard to come by. Newsflash, the majority of coding is usually based off of other people's work, where if you make one small change, it could break everything. An analogy to understand the complexity of code for a non-developer: imagine you have a series of 100 books and you want to make an edit to the 3rd book of the series. In that book, you want to change the color of someone's hair to orange. After making that change, you need to go through each part of the book and other books that might reference that person's hair and all the impacts that could do to the story to ensure the character and storyline is consistent with this new change. This requires a huge understanding of not only how to write in that idea, but also the contextual understanding of what that implies to the greater picture, something that AI struggles a lot with. But instead of 1,000 pages of a book series, imagine code where it's millions of lines and could exist for decades. So there is an enormous amount of understanding that one needs to have to make a change. In addition, Stack Overflow, a platform where coders post questions and answers, has also banned ChatGPT because of all the wrong answers it has posted. In addition, posting errors in basic math. Now, AI could definitely write code at this level in the future, but there are a few things that we will see before AI can work as an entry-level software engineer. First off, you will probably see AI being able to write best-selling novels without human intervention, essentially demonstrating strong contextual understanding of text. Currently, AI can write novels, but they're not very good. We will also see AI coding writing tools be a requirement being taught at universities and requirements for certain code positions. And most likely, we will see a coder/AI hybrid movement where coders all of a sudden become much more productive using technology in order to make themselves more effective. Hence, we are nowhere near a full replacement. Next on our list, telemarketers. Nope, I'm not talking about the person who keeps calling you from the IRS saying you're going to be put in jail.
Is this the IRS?
That's correct.
I said to call this number if it just said that I had committed a fraud or something.
In March 2023, a paper was released discussing language models and their impact on specific careers. Telemarketing was the top one on the list of being the most impacted by language models. Having done my fair share of cold calls, I can tell you they are extremely challenging and even more challenging to coach someone on how to make a proper call. All because Google can call a hair salon to set an appointment doesn't mean that you got yourself a telemarketer AI.
Can I help you? Hi, I'm calling to book a women's haircut for a client. I'm looking for something on May 3rd. Sure, give me 1 second.
Why? Well, telemarketing needs to have language models built to a level where it can pass the Turing test, essentially being able to appear as a human, something that no one has done yet. In addition, the AI must be able to communicate with the current tonality and pacing as the people who are also on the phone with that AI. We have AI technology currently that can imitate anyone's voice.
Am I recording something? Hi there, this is Unmesh from Piximperfect. I hope you're having a great day and making it a beautiful one. Let's stop it.
Hi there, this is Unmesh from Piximperfect. I hope you're having a great day and making it a beautiful one. Let's stop it.
Voice.
Pretty impressive. Now, for that actual response part, whether written or verbal, current chatbots and AI really struggle in this area. In fact, on this channel, we actually created a video about Microsoft and their miscellaneous chatbot failures. Imagine instead of a racist Tate tweets, we had a racist telemarketer phone caller. There are a lot of repercussions for this, so there needs to be a lot of trust in order to roll out an AI telemarketer. Here's the thing, conceptually, AI could make calls in the future, but the question is when. In order for that to happen, there are some major landmarks before this is possible. How am I so confident? Because in the world of computer science, there are certain problem sets, and usually there's one smaller problem, once solved, you need to go to the next level. It's like once Alexa sounded realistic, at the same time, there was this huge movement with chat support that became popular for companies now to send all their customers to a chatbot. In other words, a robot must be able to stand up before it can walk. Now, let's see NLP get to the point where you can get the average type human responses in an array of situations. And then also that company to trust the AI, you will not necessarily see telemarketers of being AI, but rather customer chat support agents, because the language models will be so good at that point, it can handle text communication. Now, imagine then a world where any product that you have a problem with, you can jump on your computer and chat with an AI that can give you a refund, change your flights, or do anything difficult without you talking to a human agent. In your mind, that might feel light years away, and that's exactly my point. Telemarketing is a more complex problem than building a customer service bot, because you need to have faster response times and also take in consideration the audio portion of the call, tonality, and also rapport building. Plus, if you have language models that good, you would also need to solve the holy grail Turing test problem. Basically every developer's wet dream to solve. Why? Because I don't think people will like being called by random AI bots.
We'll be working alongside humans to provide assistance and support, and will not be replacing any existing jobs.
But then again, people have already created their own AI bots to talk to telemarketers.
Sean Harris, and I'm calling you from American National Benefits. How are you doing today?
I won a local talent show, and I'm just over the moon. Have you ever participated in a talent show?
But hold on, isn't AI making telemarketers more efficient and that can take away jobs? Well, telemarketing can only be on the phone for a certain amount of time a day. There are already tons of call centers that have individuals doing 400 calls a day, so there isn't much ability for AI to make people more efficient at what they do than what they already are. Due to current language models limitations and the Turing test, we won't be seeing anything in this field until there's a customer service revolution due to language model advancement. Next on our list, technical writing. ChatGPT in 2023 was used by a few researchers to publish an entire research paper in less than an hour, giving experts, again, the leadway to claiming that ChatGPT is coming for technical writing jobs. Something to know about ChatGPT, the AI is trained from past data. If there isn't a lot of data on the subject, good luck writing a technical piece. Better yet, in the technical writing subreddit, many professionals state that the ability to write accurate and effective SOPs from a poorly written client specification is quite an art, something AI is nowhere near close to doing. The deeper you go in a subject, the more context you need to understand. It's like going from basic algebra to calculus. The AI will need to be taught everything of algebra before it can go to that next level of calculus. But would AI be able to write a framework that maybe people can use for writing technical papers? Yes, of course it can. But the problem is, the time it takes to write the technical paper comes from the research, not the outline itself. Some technical writing jobs, only 20% of it is the actual writing. But if AI reached a point where it could maybe explore technical topics on its own and figure out new things to write those technical papers, wouldn't it be able to replace then technical writers? Well, that's called singularity. Many people consider that the apocalypse of AI, where AI will be able to learn on its own. No one knows for sure what would happen when AI gets to that state, but when it does, we will have much bigger concerns than a couple of AIs writing a paper for a professor or a technical professional. So what will happen first? AI learning on its own or replacing technical papers? Probably AI learning on its own. Fourth on the list, accountants. Finance Online says that accountants are going to be replaced this year. The last thing I want is an AI making a decision with my money that the IRS will be looking at. As a business owner, I have an accountant who handles many businesses, and through the technology like QuickBooks, he's able to put in certain rules, regulations, and have AI be trained to handle different situations. And another article by Business Finance, ChatGPT was assigned to write an article and made 5 errors just through the calculations. Yes, accountants can be more effective with AI, but it wouldn't replace them out of a job in the near future. Until people start getting comfortable with giving their money to robots without any human intervention, half the answers to the IRS, I don't think there's a major issue here. Accounting is not a black and white thing and has a lot of gray area. For instance, was that meal at the hotel a business meal or a dessert splurge? Until the large Big Four accounting firms start selling AI accounting technologies and doing research in that field, I think we're all overreacting. There's a big difference between making someone more productive and replacing the actual job. Replacing means AI will be able to do the entire thing without any human intervention. If there's a human intervention, it will make someone more efficient but not necessarily replace them. An example of this advancement can be seen with farmers and the improvement with technology. Over the years, one farmer has been able to produce more produce than previous years. However, they're still farmers, but it has not replaced them out of their existence. So put your money where your mouth is. If accountants are really going to be replaced, we will start seeing AI knowledge as a requirement on job ads and accounting firms pouring money into AI research technology. And last but not least, and my favorite one, teachers. Yes, the World Economic Forum states that robots can replace teachers as soon as 2027. To be honest, I'm not sure how many of them in the World Economic Forum actually have children, but that is a massive claim. Remember the pandemic? Well, kids' grades actually dropped.
CISD, it's seen a 30% increase of students failing this year. That's data from their 3-week progress report last year compared to this year. CISD says there are multiple contributing factors. Some students not completing assignments, some teachers struggling with school systems and grading guidelines.
But could AI make teachers more effective? Sure, but you have to take in consideration the teacher-to-student ratio problem. If being in person with teachers wasn't a necessary component, kids would have been able to learn at home as they would have in the classroom. But let's say AI made teachers more efficient so they can have more students. Well, would it be 30, 50, 100? And if there was not many students in the classroom, maybe all working with some sort of AI platform, how would the teacher ensure that many students stay engaged? Even in college, the large lecture halls have smaller discussion groups where it is more a one-on-one intention atmosphere. Technology does have huge potential to provide tailored instruction. However, a teacher oversight on the progress will be needed. There are already AI chatbots to help students in their progress, but teachers and the social aspects still matter. In fact, Bill Gates stated that teachers won't be replaced due to the human component, and the pandemic really showcased the importance of human connection. Even better, parents, do you really think they would just send their kids to an AI school where they'll get their headsets and learn from day one just from an AI? Anyone who's had a 5-year-old, especially a boy, would know how long they would sit in one place learning from an AI.
Let me see what you have. No!
Let's say there is an AI that makes a 5-year-old sit and learn. We would probably see rich families sticking their kids in front of this technology while they sail on their yachts to keep them busy. But, and kind of a weird thought, how would the AI discipline students if they break the rules? Since the whole teacher-to-student ratio has not changed over the centuries, and that is in part due to the amount of human connection that is needed in order for a growing mind to learn and thrive, AI tools can help grade things faster and provide a more organic experience. The problem is futuristic projections often underestimate the desire for human connection and that is essential in the classroom. That just about wraps it up. Everything from coders, accountants, teachers, technical writers, and telemarketers. Who knows how close we are to reality where these AIs can replace these jobs? But as I mentioned in this video, there are substantial hurdles that these technologies need to go through in order to replace these jobs. But even with technology being there, that other hurdle technology has to solve is social acceptance. If you think that is easy, make sure to watch Waymo failing miserably trying to roll out their first automated vehicles in San Francisco. So what is the most ridiculous AI prediction you have heard? We'd love to hear your comments below. Until next time.